Yankees star Gleyber Torres has been on fire over the last couple of days, and I think he is only going to get better. Here are my reasons why I think Gleyber Torres is set to have another breakout season. So if you like Yankees content, then please subscribe. But let's get into this. Now, Torres has been pretty good to start the season, especially after his last game where he had 5 RBIs. Now, his standard stats are nothing spectacular. He's hitting 222 with a 258 on base percentage, 444 slugging for an OPS of 702. He's also hit 5 home runs in 28 games. So nothing very spectacular here, but a lot of underlying metrics prove that Gleyber Torres has been amazing this season. Now, his expected batting average is 314. And I know a lot of people are going to go, oh, I don't like expected stats. I don't trust them. And I understand it can be confusing, so I'm going to try to simplify it here. Now, expected batting average looks at the launch angle and how hard the baseball was hit. And then, so say the baseball's hit 100 miles an hour and a launch angle of 10 degrees. It will look at all baseballs that are hit at that same exit velocity and launch angle and see if they're normally a hit or not. Now, if they are normally a hit, the expected batting average is going to be very high. So let's say Gleyber Torres hits a baseball very hard and a good launch angle, but it's hit and a fielder makes a spectacular play to catch it. Normally, that's a hit. So expected batting average gives the player a lot of credit there. And they almost say, hey, you got a hit there, while traditional stats will say, hey, you didn't get a hit. You didn't do a good job. Now, this is kind of similar to the old analogy of like a player's not doing well, they're 0 for 10 or something, but their manager goes up to them and says, hey, keep doing what you're doing. You're hitting the ball hard and you're putting it in play. You're just getting unlucky. That's kind of how I like to view it. If a player has good expected stats, they're hitting the ball hard and getting unlucky. And Torres has amazing expected stats. Again, 314 expected batting average. That's puts him in the upper 92nd percentile. For expected slugging, he's in the 96th percentile, which is amazing. And I think there are 2 main reasons, or actually 3 main reasons here, why this is happening. First, Torres has moved back to second base. When Torres was at his best in 2018, 2019, he wasn't only the shortstop. He was also the second baseman, and he's a lot more comfortable at second. You watch him field there, he makes a lot more plays and has a lot less errors. And when you don't have to have the mental burden of, oh no, I just made an error at shortstop, now I'm up to the plate with a runner on, I gotta get him in to, undo my bad act. When you don't have to get into your head like that, it helps a lot. And I think that's been helping Torres, playing at second base where he's more comfortable, and he's been pretty good there this year. It's helped him really just focus on hitting and not have the mental burden of, I gotta make up for getting out last time. Second, he's just hitting the ball hard and spraying it all over the field. Aaron Boone talked about this. 4 of his 5 home runs this year have been to right field. And this is amazing for Torres. Because he talked about in a interview with The Athletic how he over the last 2 years he was really trying to pull the ball a lot. And Torres is not at his best when he's trying to pull the ball a ton. This year he has its lowest pull percentage in his whole career. And we've seen him benefit a lot from this, just hitting the ball to center field, hitting it to right field. He has natural power, and when he's not trying to be a power hitter, when he's not trying to swing for the fences, he's a big threat at the plate because he can hit a ton of doubles, and he still has good power. I mean, 5 home runs in 28 games. It's on pace for a little bit under 30 home runs in the season. That's really, really good there. So Torres just hitting the ball all around the field and hitting it hard is very good. And he's in the 93rd percentile in average exit velocity right now. So Torres is hitting the ball very hard, and he's spraying it all over the field. We haven't quite seen the results that we hope for. He's been all right to start the season, but the expected stats, as I pointed out, have been really good. He's hitting the ball really hard, just not getting the hits. He's been unlucky, and he's still been pretty good. And my third point, Dylan Lawson, the Yankees hitting coach. I think Torres has been working a lot with Dylan Lawson to help revamp his swing. In that interview I talked about with The Athletic, he talked about how in 2020 and 2021, he tried to change his mechanics, hit for a little more power, pull the ball a little more, and it really wasn't natural for him. He's been working with Dylan Lawson, and he's been getting back on track. His 2018-2019 Torres was not a power hitter. He was someone who just hit the ball around a lot and didn't try to hit for power, but just got a lot of home runs because he has natural power. And working with Dylan Lawson, he's realizing that. Dylan Lawson's telling him, hey, let's just focus on making contact, spraying the ball, and good results will happen. I think Torres is about to be really good, have a mini breakout season here. He's had a bad last 2 years, but we have to remember he's very young. Torres is 25 years old. That is ridiculous. He came into the majors at 21 and was third in Rookie of the Year voting. He's still so young, has so much upside. Let's give Torres another shot here, because I really believe in him.